Hello YouTubers and Kaiju community. Today, we're going to be looking at a figure review on the monster Earthtron from the Return of Ultraman. Now, seeing as this is Bandia's newly released figure, I'm just, as usual, I'm going to go over the usual. I'm just going to go over everything about him. First off, let's get to his history. Now, Earthtron he appeared in the Return of Ultraman, the very first episode, where his origin was quite unknown at the time. It's really, no one knows where he came from. But then, Hideki Go, as usual, he was causing him some chaos. Then, Hideki Go started to transform into Ultraman Jack the very first time, and he defeats Earthtron. Later, he returned in the animated series, The Ultraman or Ultraman Genius, where he and his quote brother were slaves of a couple of aliens. But then, after a while, 4 more monsters appear. It was Boris, Bandia, another Return of Ultraman monsters I can't pronounce, and Red King. Unfortunately, I think Earthtron gets killed. I can't remember. He gets killed by one of the monsters. Later, he returns in Ultraman Mebius, where he was somewhat being controlled by Kelbeam, thanks to where one of the the assistant of the supervisor of Geist figure out that Earthtron was being controlled by Kelbeam because of some sonic device. They destroyed the sonic device. Earthtron was free and winds up getting his head cut off by Mebius. Later, he reappears in Ultra Galaxy Mega Monster Battle, where he fights Kelbeam somewhat as an act of revenge to get payback at him for being controlled by him. Eventually, Earthtron kills Kelbeam by ripping his ears off and using his magma beam. Then later, as soon as he saw he had a clear victory, Al King dragged him underwater and kills him. Then he returned in Ultra Galaxy Mega Monster Battle, I believe there was this little girl where she has a dream of Earthtron and Red King fight, but I'm not sure about that. But he returns in Ultra Galaxy Neo, where he is somewhat sealing fighting Galberos. Then eventually, Galberos kills him. Later, he returns in the Ultra Galaxy Legends movie, where he was acting as one of Belial's 100 Monster Army. And unfortunately, he gets killed by, I want to say Gamora or Ultraman Zero. I forgot. Finally, Earthtron's latest appearance was in Ultraman Saga, where he's seen fighting Dyna. Eventually, after a while, Dyna nearly beats Earthtron by spinning him in the air and using his Sulgan Ray to kill him while he was in the air. And that's it for Earthtron's history. Now, on to detail. I must say, he's pretty nicely captured, seeing this is his Ultraman Saga appearance. I mean, from what I remember, they got the eyes, the skin, everything is pretty nicely on this guy. Even his horn. So Bandai captured Earthtron's figure pretty nicely well done. So, oh sorry. Good job for Bandai for finally making this figure. To articulation, his hands, they rotate 180, kind of like Windom articulation. His legs rotate 360 if you move the hands out of the way. And the tail, it's not rotatable, it's not glue sealed, it's just the shape of the tail, how they made it. For superpowers, he pretty much only has two. He can dig underground, where he burrows, and fire magma beam from his mouth. And now, let's see if I can pull the camera back a little bit. Sizing. Seeing as I don't have neither Ultraman Jack, Ultraman Mebius, or Ultraman Dino, but I do have an Ultra Act figure of Ultraman Max. You know what? I don't. Either way, if Earthtron was in his, if you put Max, if I put him in his position, I don't think it would work, because I think Earthtron was about somewhere around this big, where he was somewhere around eye to eye or a bit bigger. So yeah, sizing here, pretty off. And here's his former, somewhat partner. Here's Kelby. Now this, I think, is actually pretty accurate. Yeah, I think this is really accurate. I mean, Earthtron was somewhat bigger than Kelby, so yeah, this worked out really nice. And here's a monster that he did find in Ultra Galaxy. Here's Elekeen. Again, this is accurate. I mean, Earthtron is somewhat a bit bigger than Elekeen. So yeah, Satan's pretty good. And one more. Here's Gomez. Again, accurate. I mean, in Ultra Galaxy Needle, they were seen finding us in the open credits somewhat like this. So yeah, this is pretty accurate. Oh. And finally onto Rarity. He's just been released by Bandai. So he's pretty new, but I'm not sure for how long. He's going around for 30 bucks, but if you want to get him, I say get him because he's pretty nice. And so that's it. History, well known. Detail, good, great. Articulation, good. Sizing, good. Superpowers are only two. And Rarity, somewhat common for now. So in the end, I'm just going to give this guy a 10 out of 10. I mean, this is Earthtron. A monster that looks like Godzilla. It's just pure badass. His detail's good. His articulation's good. Sizing good. Yeah, Earthtron's just all around badass. And so that's it. I hope you enjoy this review.